Ladies and gentlemen and fans around the world, could this be the most amazing wuxia drama we've ever seen to date? We're so excited to talk about The Blood of Youth. This story revolves around three unlikely bonds of friendship that travel together in the land of Jianghu as they try to make a name for themselves in the martial arts world. We've only seen the first 10 episodes and wow! So if you haven't seen this yet and you're a fan of wuxia, go watch it because there will be spoilers. Evernight, Sword Dynasty, Sword Snow Stride, Heavenly Sword Dragon Slaying Saber. These are just a few of our favorites when it comes to pure wuxia. The Blood of Youth though, the action sequences are breathtaking. There's this!
And this.
A sword box master?
Kite levels of power? You see, there are certain things you need for a wuxia drama to be this good. The journey, the heroes and villains, and the bonds of friendship that evolve along the way. And of course, the levels of cultivation. The first steps in this martial arts world and cultivation consist of 9 phases. Above them are what we consider to be the phases of becoming a deity. The hard phase of mortals, the unrestrained phase of earth, the carefree phase of heaven, and the mental phase of the unknown. Beyond the mental phase of the unknown, which already is the stuff of legend, exists more stages of martial arts that the show continually adds onto. That's not even mentioning the vast amounts of techniques every single person displays, including the Rakshasa and higher knowledge, which we'll talk about later. Lei Wuxia hails from the Lei clan of the Jiangnan Thunderbolt sect, a fish out of water and brash fool who doesn't seem to think much about anything but fighting. On his way to Shuya City to become a disciple, he finds the Snow Mountain Villa owned by a mysterious figure named Xiaosi. Together, they run into Tang Lian. Tang Lian is on an important mission to deliver a golden coffin and is beset by countless assassins and martial artists who vie for the contents of the coffin, which just so happens to be Wuxin, the young master of Tianwai Tian and the rightful leader of the demon sect who has mastered the 32 secret arts of Rakshasa, a prodigy in his own right. As they continue their journey, Wuxin takes Xiaosi and Wujie on a detour to return his master to his home. Meanwhile, everyone vying for Wuxin continually obstructs his path, and the three continue to find themselves against all odds. Xiaosi, the mysterious figure we mentioned earlier, is most likely the most intriguing of them all, introducing himself as nothing but an innkeeper who knows no martial arts. He continues to impress those around him with his knowledge of the martial arts world until Wuxin uncovers the mystery of his past, his true identity being Prince Yong'an, Shao Chuhe. Yet another prodigy of his time training under the great sage. Shao reached the mental phase of the unknown at 17, but his martial arts were crippled, and so he travels with Wujie and Wuxin with all the knowledge of his training but is helpless in an actual fight. We're hoping that at some point Xiaosi's inner force is restored in some way, and that will act as our introduction to the mental phase, and possibly even more phases of deification in this world. Underneath it all is a journey of youth, discovery, and friendship. There will be more characters to meet along the way, and we will slowly unravel some of the intrigue to come.
Wow. It's been a while since Sword, Snow Stride,
It's been a while.
Evernight. You know, we haven't seen a wuxia drama in this
Or
type...
shanxia.
Or shanxia. We haven't seen this type of drama in a very long time. Or it's very rare to see a drama such as this, because when I first saw the first couple of episodes, it was non-stop wuxia. It was just pure wuxia, and you kind of get overwhelmed by the cultivation and all different techniques and all the characters you meet along the way. But man, it's an awesome ride.
And you know, the one thing that my brother has been pestering me over for the past couple of months is why I've stopped watching C-dramas, and that's because I've been waiting for an Evernight equivalent, and you know, he finally got me to watch the first 2 episodes, and I've been pressing next episode after every episode ends.
Yeah.
It is that addictive, and I think we finally found our Evernight, you know, of this year.
Of this year.
And like you said, the action is nonstop, and that's one of the charms of this of this show is because, yes, we get inundated with large swaths of information in terms of cultivation, many stages, many phases, many techniques. How many secret arts? I don't know. There's possibly more than we know. There's maybe higher knowledge of arts, but then after that, there's probably like the superior higher knowledge of arts.
Yeah, like there always is in this type of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
there's stuff that they have to unveil, but what I like about this show particularly is something you said, is that it's nonstop. There's never a lull in the action,
right?
So much so that we have to sacrifice story, because the story in and of itself is a great story. And of course there is the C-drama level of like wonky and janky
I love the
narrative
comedic
beats.
relief that comes in from time to time.
Well, that's another thing, and I appreciate that. But again, like the C-dramas still to this day have such janky
part of their charm.
narrative beats. But again, the action continues to pound you and pound you and pound you, where you think that things have stopped, something else enters into the scene and just creates a whole new conflict. And you know, we get to a point where we thought somebody's martial arts was crippled.
Ooh,
and it wasn't. That's when they ascended to newer heights. And I think this show is just going to continually do that over and over again.
They're just going to put things one over on top of each other every time something else happens, and it's nonstop. I don't know if it'll ever die down, because there hasn't been a single episode where I want to kind of skip. It's just been like every time you feel like it's going to slow down, something else happens. A new master swordsman comes out, or a new deity comes into the fold and like shows these crazy techniques. No, what I love about it the most are the characters too, because like for me, like I find Xiao Se the most relatable out of all of them. I think he's one of my favorites. On top of that, there's something about Xiao Se, like we said earlier in the introduction, where that his martial arts has been crippled, and there's going to be a point in time in this story where it gets restored. He got to the mental phase of the unknown at age 17.
I still think that his time to display his mastery of martial arts when it's restored is going to come.
It's gonna be
and
awesome.
It's gonna be Futsu levels of techniques. Because one thing about the show, the last thing I'll say about the show, is that there's the usual displays of power with the flashiness and the energy auras and all of that stuff. But what I like about all of the techniques is that they look unique. Even though they're doing the same thing we've been seeing over and over again, the sword flying and the needles with Tangnian and all of the golden bell. I don't know. There's something about the visualization that seems unique to me, even though we've seen them in the past.
I feel like they did invest a good amount into the special effects. Like, you know, there isn't really a part where I'm just like, oh, that was kind of weird. But like all the action sequences, all the special effects, the blades, the thunderbolts, like the lightning, the smoke, the water, the ice, it's all very impressive. And I think it's because we're in modern 2023 now, or whatever the cases may be, and technology when it comes to Chinese dramas has gotten a little bit better, and so that's good for us. With all that said, I think we're gonna give The Blood of Youth an A.
But that'll do it for this first impressions of Blood of Youth. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Leave your comments in the comment section below if you are currently watching this show as well. But as always, hit the bell icon to turn on notifications, and this is what we're watching this Sunday. We'll see you all in the next one.
관심이 없죠. 난 그래도 그대 내